Alrighty everyone, Phil here, and welcome back to DSP versus the Internet. This is episode 12, and this indeed is part 4 of 6. Hope you've been enjoying the show so far. Now what we do once a week is we answer questions from channel members who are the super member level in a lightning round style. I'm about to do that right now, and then we're going to jump right back into reacting to videos, alright? So, this week's questions. First of all, do you think you will like Street Fighter 6 more than Street Fighter 2? That is, I mean, let's be honest here. That's going to be pretty doubtful. And there's a couple reasons. Reason number one is because Street Fighter 2 is a game that is nostalgic to me. It is the first competitive fighting game I ever played. It's a game that I played a really long time competitively, both in arcades, out of arcades, in tournaments. I still believe Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is hands down the best fighting game ever made, and it's 2023. So, realistically, do I think in my mind any fighting game will beat Street Fighter 2? I don't know. Street Fighter 6 certainly looks good, alright? And I'm happy they've gone in the direction they have with the amount of content that's in it, and it's not just for competitive players, but possibly also for casual players. I like that idea. At the same time, it's probably going to have things I dislike or are pet peeves of mine because they don't, you know, kind of adhere to the old ways that I'm used to. So, it's probably going to be a fine game. Would I like it more than Street Fighter 2? Very unlikely, I think. Do I like or dislike open world games? I like them as long as the content in them is meaningful and the exploration aspect is fun. If you have an open world game but most of the content is kind of grindy and not necessary, if you have tons of missions that are there just for the sake of saying you padded hours on your game but they're not fun to do, and if there's really nothing unique and interesting in the open world but it's very repetitive, then there's no point in having the open world. I'd rather play a linear game with interesting experiences than an open world that's kind of repetitive. Perfect example of this would have been Elden Ring, where for the whole first 2/3 of the game, I was blown away. But when I get to the final third of the game, where you're in the area in the upper right-hand corner of the map, and the only difference is that it's ice or snow, but outside of that, you've seen all these enemies, you've fought all these bosses, you've done all these dungeons, it kind of loses its uniqueness. And I'm like, man, that last third of the game kind of falls flat on its face and isn't as good as the rest. So, open worlds are good, but they need to be designed well and need to have non-repetitive, meaningful content. What's my favorite dinner of 2022? I have no idea. I would have absolutely no recollection of all the dinners that I had that year. I would have to go back and look at videos I did, so the answer is I don't know. What's the best headset I've ever owned? Quality-wise, the best headset I ever owned was a pair of Sennheiser headphones. And what I used to do, I used to plug them into this thing, which is the receiver unit of my Astro A40 headphones that I used to use many years ago. Those Sennheisers, when plugged into this, would simulate surround sound. And they were very good quality. I would say Sennheisers for audiophiles, dude, it had deep bass. It had really strong, you know, sharp voices, music, like everything. It was absolutely outstanding. The problem was, much like most headphones, they weren't built to last. And after only using them for maybe 6 to 8 months, they fucking broke. And those are very expensive. Sennheiser headphones are hundreds and hundreds of dollars just for the headphones. All right, we're not talking like, oh, you know, this is the headphones plus a receiver unit plus all these bells and whistles. It was just headphones. Were like $300+, and they broke just like any other headphones I've ever owned. And that's super frustrating. So I love the Sennheisers. I just wish they were more. It seems like most of these headphones, sadly, are not meant for daily use. Like, if you're going to use Sennheisers to listen to music once or twice a week, they're probably amazing. But I use them every day for streaming. They die within a few months. Like, what the hell? And it's literally any headphones I've ever used that happen. Pretty stupid. Okay. Continuing on here. How do you like 2023 so far? Pooey. Well, when it comes to the content I'm putting out, I'm having a good time. I like the fact that I created this React channel and I'm doing a variety of content and I'm branching out. It's not just me sitting here playing games all day. My podcast is doing pretty good as well. I'm liking the variety. Admittedly, doing a new channel like this is a gamble and an interesting venture, and some things have worked and some things haven't. I got some really good feedback in the last 24 hours from people here on the channel who posted up. I did a 3-month kind of like, here's where we are after 3 months video. And some of the feedback immediately has helped me to improve, and I'm going to continue to try to improve. There's things that are like tier maker rankings. Man, those are working well. But the movie and kind of TV show reviews, not working so well. So really, I got to find that happy medium of what to do. The gaming stuff is still going well. The only thing I would say is, man, we're in May, and we haven't had that many great games. Last year we did. By this time last year, we had like 10 great games. This year we have 3. Dead Space Remake, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Like, that's literally it. There haven't been any more great games since then. A lot of the games coming out, like Jedi Survivor, would probably be a great game, but it runs like shit. Super disappointing. And a lot of games have been like that this year, and I hope that that's not a trend that's going to continue. I'm hoping in the next month we can get great games again, because it sucks. Like, I would love to focus on gaming, but why focus on gaming when the games suck that are coming out, right? Okay, what did I think of the Food Bazaar video from Singapore? I thought it was good. Some unique stuff there for sure, like the egg omelet burger that I guess was actually a chicken. I thought it was beef. Some of that stuff was neat. Some of it didn't look so good. But I'll be honest, we've now seen Singaporean food videos for like a month straight. I think it's time to give them a break. Maybe food from another region, but I think it's time to relax with the Singaporean ones. Thoughts on a drama trailer? We haven't watched any drama trailers yet. Likely that means there's going to be some kind of a drama trailer coming up. I'll give my thoughts when we watch it. For a wrestling match, do you prefer fast-paced technical matches or powerhouse moves? Both. I think there's a place in pro wrestling for both. I've seen great matches of both. You know, I can watch Triple H and Batista wrestle, and it's a great match, but I can see Rey Mysterio, you know, wrestling another cruiserweight type. And I think that's a good match, too. So, I think there's a place for all of that in wrestling. In fact, the variety makes it more interesting. If every wrestling match was the same, it wouldn't be as fun. From watching and listening to K-pop music for almost a year, what are my thoughts? It's very similar to a lot of pop music that I saw back in the day in the United States, with some twists and differences. To them, it's a whole cultural thing to have, you know, this whole K-pop. It's almost like an engine where kids growing up have some talent, get them into the system, get them to, you know, singing, get them training, get them dancing, get them to pageants, toss them in a group, pump them out. You know what I mean? There's this cultural system that they have in Korea, that they have in Japan, where it's ingrained into their culture. Admittedly, it's a little weird. I don't really get it that as much as like American pop music is very different in that regard, where there's no real system designed for it. While it seems like there is a whole business system designed in those other countries. So it's not that I don't like it. I do. I've enjoyed watching a lot of it, and I enjoy watching it, especially when I learn something about it. Like, I think it's more about instead of just watching, like, the most popular videos, instead learning, here's a commonality between videos, here's themes, that's a common thing, here's how they use the sets. That's fascinating to me, for more educational purposes than just really enjoying the music. I mean, I'm 41 years old. I don't really like pop music. Just being honest here, I don't really like it. I don't like American pop music either. But approaching it from a more, like, scientific perspective, a business perspective, is actually more interesting to me. So there you go. All right. Those are our lightning round questions for the week. Thank you guys for watching and listening. And now it's time to move on to more member submissions. Let's do it. Inspired by NetherRealm Studios. Another one of these. We just watched one of these last week, didn't we? I think we did. It's like a mashup video of Mortal Kombat, perhaps. Mini Tacos. Season 3. Well, it's a 32-minute video. I'm not watching 32 minutes. We'll watch just a couple minutes of it. So again, it's supposed to be characters from other franchises as if they were in Mortal Kombat. Is that Jotaro from,
Fight.
What's it called? I can't remember the name of the anime now. Yeah, it is Jotaro. I was correct.
Good grief. So you can see Star Platinum, which means you have your own stand, doesn't it?
My stand's unstoppable. Only I got the Dragon King. Not even you can defeat it.
Is that a character from another Mortal Kombat game? Wow. From JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's what Jotaro is from.
Fight.
I was gonna say, does this guy have a weird stand? Yeah, it's a shadow.
Win.
His stand is his shadow, and he controls his shadow.
Oh my god! Fatality.
Wow, he shot the baby. That's kind of fucked up.
Fight.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Slow. You were no challenge at all. You gave me the win in the first attack. Foolish. Your kunai is now the trigger. You can take it back.
Brutality.
Nobody can defeat
I don't get
my
it
deadly
because I don't know
queen.
who that is. Who the hell is Kira? I didn't understand it. Are these supposed to be the two, like, bosses against each other? What the hell is that? That's the boss?
Dio win. Fatality.
I don't get it.
Fight.
You dare mock me by sitting during combat?
I'm not much of a fighter. I'm more of a gambler. For example, I bet I can collect more souls in one hit than you've been able to collect within yourself.
You are a fool. I will accept this wager.
Alright, here's the deal. If I understood JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, this would probably be awesome. Like, last week I got the references. This week I don't get the references. So not understanding the references, this isn't very good, you see. And by the way, again, 2 weeks in a row, similar kind of video. Okay, let's continue.
Joey Votto is one of the greatest players of his era. He's also a sophomore in college, learned how to breakdance, takes improv classes, and regularly acts as his team's equipment manager. This season, Votto made an Instagram,
Who says boo?
a TikTok, and even did an interview while playing first base.
I'm jacked to the tits!
Today, Votto has as much fun playing baseball as anyone else in the world, but this wasn't always the case. In 2009, following an extremely tragic event, Votto experienced anxiety so scary he had to exit multiple games early and
Now, wait a minute. They said he's a sophomore in college. I guess he's doing it late in life, because if he was playing in 2009, that would mean that, you know, he's old. Alright, I think we're going to skip. Just saying. A saggy pants law? Baggy pants have been banned. Ass hair? What the hell is this?
Alright, I'll meet you up there.
Watch the tram car, please. Watch the tram car, please. Watch the tram car, please. Watch the tram car. Watch the tram car, please. Watch the tram car, please. Watch the tram car, please.
Okay, let's go to the next video.
Shameless creepers. I'm calling corporate. And I'm going to tell this YouTube corporate that they need to say something to these penguin fans.
I know my audience merely consists of good people, so I'm not too worried. But I just wanted to say, please do not go and leave hate comments on this person's videos. YouTube can be a great place.
Disturbing the dark story of Nikocado Avocado. You guys have mentioned this person to me many times, alright? All I know is that they're like a food vlogger. That's all I know, right? They eat food. That's all I know. So, do you guys want me to see? This would be my first learning about this person if you want me to. Should I watch some of this? Or should we say, nah, we don't want to go there? It does say the dark story. Right? I don't know. Some people are saying skip it. Some people are saying watch it. Alright, let's watch just a little bit of it. Just to see what it is. Alright?
There's endless hours of entertainment and 29 years old. He started off his YouTube career as a vegan YouTuber and a professional violinist. But now he exclusively creates mukbang videos where he consumes excessive quantities of unhealthy foods on pretty much a daily basis. If you're unfamiliar as to what a mukbang is, it is basically where people consume food.
Oh, look at that. It actually originated in a different Korean. An eating show, an online audiovisual broadcast where a host consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audience. Okay.
Camera.
So I guess
Nick has a
technically that's
number
what
of
my
channels.
feasting with
He
Phil
has
is,
his main
right?
channel, Nikocado Avocado, Nikocado Avocado 2, Nikocado Avocado 3, more Nikocado, Nikocado Shorts, and Noodle King. His channels have seen some decent growth recently, in part due to people starting to see his transformation as no longer a joke, but of something of great concern. As I said at the start, he started off as a vegan YouTuber who ate predominantly raw fruits and vegetables. He then began eating animal products for his own reasons. If you look back around 4 to 5 years ago, Nick appeared to be in a healthy weight range, and he seemed to be a genuine and nice person. In my opinion, his persona was very likable. I'm not too much of a fan of the mukbang kind of content, but it seemed like his personality was perfect for that genre. He was sometimes accompanied with his parrot or his boyfriend, and I can see why people would enjoy watching him. In one of the very first videos he made, he speaks about his passion for doing mukbang videos to show off how you can make healthy foods that also taste good and fill you up. Then shortly after, he begins to make videos eating from various famous fast food chains. As time progressed, he
Pretty
gained
much all
more
of them.
and more weight, and as he did, his personality changed too. Now of course most YouTubers start off shy, and then gradually as time goes on, they show more of their personality as they get more comfortable. But this was different. His old videos are either deleted or on private.
Really? He got rid of them.
If you watch his first video, and then watch the video "Nobody Likes Me, I'm Done," you'll see exactly what I mean. Nick started to realize that creating videos of himself crying and having arguments with his boyfriend would garner attention, and attention on YouTube means money. Now Nick is known on YouTube for some rather strange reasons. His over-the-top and strange persona, and his excessive crying and fighting with his boyfriend. It's not at all rare to see Nick crying in his videos, and he even says in one of his videos that his content consists of him just basically eating and crying on repeat. On the 22nd of September 2021, Nick released an incredibly insensitive video called "I'm Disabled Taco Tuesday," and he has gone on to create a series of them on his channels.
Wow.
In these videos, he talks about how he...
Look at that, my new diet as a disabled person, and look what it is. Like, what? The fuck? So, at one point... Okay, I really have a question now. Now, this is going to start a real discussion, all right? At what point does YouTube stop enabling this man? Do they ever? Right? Obviously, this is a situation where this is a guy who is not in his right mind, because people in their right mind would not eat themselves to death. Correct? This is a guy who feels the only kind of, you know, popularity he'll ever get, any kind of attention he will ever get, right, is by doing this kind of content. But look at it. He's putting on his CPAP machine. Isn't that what it's called? CPAP machine? To breathe? Maybe I'm wrong. I forget what that's called. It's supposed to be because you can't breathe properly when you're sleeping or whatever. And that's what that is. Because you're so big. Well, overweight people frequently use this. It's for sleep apnea, right? Look at this. Obviously, the reason he has it is because he's so overweight, and now he's eating more food. It's just it's constant enabling. They're giving him the platform to kill himself. Correct? They have also now. He's expressing the fact he has no self-control. He's doing this literally to make a living, and maybe he feels like he's so mentally messed up he can't do anything else to make money in his life, right? So this is what he's doing. Like, but doesn't YouTube feel any kind of a response? This is their business. If anything, my question is, why is this allowed to be monetized, right? This kind of content. Maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe they'll allow it but don't monetize it or whatever. But how is he allowed to do this kind of content? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, at what point does the enabling stop? When you see harmful behaviors and you're like, well, this is our platform and we're allowing someone to literally kill themselves slowly over this period of years to make money. You know what I'm saying? And some people are like, well, they're never going to stop till they get sued. Well, you realize they will get sued eventually, right? Like, this can't, and this go on forever, right? When this guy dies, if he does, I hope he doesn't. If he dies from this, there could be lawsuits, right? This is crazy to me, you know? And it's funny because I'm looking at this, and we were just earlier today, we were talking about the whole stat, what's a lol cow or whatever, right? So this is someone who, it must be like, this is like, this is, what do they call it? Morbid curiosity. People probably watch this guy because they get a weird feeling of morbid curiosity, right? That is this guy going to keep acting this way and kill himself doing this, which is completely messed up, right? I don't know why anyone would watch that. But he's getting hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of views in a week. That's basically paying this guy for this lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like when you're getting hundreds of thousands of views on each video you put out, and you're putting out 3 or 4 a week, that actually is enough to kind of make money enough to make a living. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like this guy probably makes 20, 30 times as many views as I do. And he's killing himself. That's his content, right? It's kind of like popularity at what cost? You know what I'm saying? This is pretty messed up. Now, some people are actually saying recently this guy uploaded a video and it shows he has lost quite a lot of weight. That's good. But the question is, did he do it safely? Did he do it in a healthy manner? And also, will he keep it off? Did he do it for his own good? Did he do it for the right reasons? Right? Because there's people who lose weight and then they gain it right back. Do you think he'll be able to maintain this content and keep the weight off? I mean, Jesus, look at this, right? Would people continue to watch? What's going to happen is, if he took this weight off, okay, and then he starts making videos that aren't him eating bad food anymore, and now all his views tank. So now he's not making money anymore, and now he's pressured. I got to go back to that bad lifestyle again, because this is what was allowing me to live, you know what I'm saying, this way. This is beyond messed up. Like, I don't know. This is pretty crazy to me, but I would hope for the best for someone like this. Like, if you were to say lol cow, right? Like, this would be the case in point. Someone who literally chose to do morbid, messed up stuff to themselves for the sake of popularity, and of course, everyone making content based on that person, right? For the lulz, it's you know, that's like a textbook case of it right there. It's just really messed up, right? So, I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's really messed up in my opinion. So now I know. I didn't know that this is seriously what it was. Now we're what, halfway through the video? Not even. I think we now know who he is, and if it's true, this was a year ago. If it is true that he has actually lost a lot of weight, then maybe there'll be a happy ending to the story. You know what I'm saying? In which case, maybe there's no reason for us to even continue on watching the video, right? All right, I got to change out my battery. We have time for one more video in this part. Let me change out my battery, though. Ugh. All right. Let's see what's next. This will be the last one for this part. Is this a trailer? This is if Penthouse was on Netflix. What is Penthouse? What does that mean? Penthouse. A crazy costume party? Someone died in a penthouse? Looks like we got a bunch of murderers, right? Yeah, look. Oh my god. Shotgun blast. Yeesh. Oh my god. They're trying to kill each other. Blood everywhere. Is that supposed to be a Oscar? Or like some kind of an acting award or something? I'm not sure what it was. An SP? I don't know. I don't know what they look like. A lot of people want to kill a lot of people in this one, huh? There's a lot of death. Jesus. Did they have to show that? In the trailer? Oh my god, this is a bloody trailer, man. Holy shit.
너 겁나지?
Yeah, I would be if I was in that trailer. Jesus Christ. It's a pretty brutal show. Alright, well, that's all I really have to say. That looks really freaking brutal, right? Bunch of death, non-stop death. Alright, guys, that's it for part 4. We got 2 more parts on episode 12 of DSP versus the Internet. I hope you're enjoying the show, and thanks to all those who are here live chilling with me and those who have supported the stream so far. For those considering becoming a member, thank you. Members of the people who have submitted all these videos, and we got 1 more hour left. Alright, guys, thank you so much. See you in a little bit.